Thanks for coming. Thank you very much for taking out your time and being here for our Berok Zindagi ad launch. So we thank you everyone, and this is the second chapter of Berok Zindagi. If you would have remembered, last year also we had launched this Berok Zindagi. This is the second phase, wherein my key message goes is asthma ke liye inhalers hain sahi. This campaign is going to put things in place for the appropriate line of treatment, which is inhalers for asthma, and it's going to continue to inspire patients to live a Berok life. Here on my dais, I have Dr. S.K. Jindal, and I have Shivani ma'am here, and Dilip Singh sir from Cipla. So just to take down straight down to my press conference stuff. My first question is to you, Dr. Jindal. Definitely we'll come down to the ad thing and everything, why these patient awareness campaigns are required. Firstly, I would like to ask you the asthma problem in India and also your region's incidence. If you will tell me the trends of past 5 years you have been seeing in your practice on the prevalence of asthma, sir.
Well, undoubtedly, asthma is a very common disease, you see. A few years ago, we had done a kind of prevalence study. At that time, the incidence was about, the overall prevalence in the country was 3%, you see. This was the population prevalence. If you do specific clusters, then perhaps it is much more, and in children it is likely to be high. But over the years, I'm sure the prevalence has increased, and no study has been done as far as nationwide prevalence is concerned, but some people say 5 to 7% or 10%, the population prevalence, you see. So I think it is a common disease which is increasing every day, and then it also depends how you define asthma, you see, because some people have persistent asthma, then the other have few attacks in between, although scientifically we consider asthma as one disease, you see. But the overall manifestations would vary, you see.
So I can see it's increasing by every 5% every year in the community.
But it is increasing every year, yeah, sure.
Okay, then, sir. So my question is to you, Dr. Shivani. Why there are so many misconceptions about asthma and inhalation therapy, and have you analyzed in your own clinic? Definitely we say there are myths around the treatment, but why there are myths around the treatment when I don't see any other myths in regards to any other disease or treatment?
Basically it is because the mode of treatment is different. It is unconventional. So there are a lot of myths associated with use of inhalers. The first thing the mother asks us when we ask the child to be put on inhalers is, "Iski aadat to nahi ho jayegi?" Okay? And then the diagnosis of asthma also, it is not accepted very easily. Patient might be on nebulization for several years, but once you tell the mother, "Isko asthma hai," she will break down and start crying. So acceptance of the disease and acceptance of an unusual form of therapy is the reason. Moreover, they are in the habit of asking family, friends and relatives and all, and वो उसी तरह का advice देते हैं उनको कि ये तो आदत हो जाएगी, ये तो बहुत strong medicine है, ये तो छूटेगी नहीं फिर, तो इस तरह के misconceptions हैं.
Population. And if there's a difference in what do you see, like the benchmark of it, and why there's a kind of such state?
I think there is greater awareness. Well, there are some differences in awareness. Obviously, it depends upon the education and other factors, you see. So urban awareness is better. But I think the rural acceptance is better, you see, of the disease. They perhaps go by whatever the doctor tells the patient. But certainly, although there are a lot of, even amongst urban population, there are a lot of misconceptions. They exist. And there are perhaps more misconceptions in the urban people than in the rural people, you see.
Okay, sir. My last question to both of the KOLs. Any major changes in the 2019 advisory for severe asthma?
Well, severe asthma, the management has changed dramatically nowadays for the last few years, especially depending upon the kind of phenotypes, you see. And it is also now accepted that mild asthma can present with serious fatal attacks, you see, even up to 16% of mild asthma can present with the serious and fatal attacks, you see. But serious asthma is a separate phenotype in itself, which requires a very different kind of management. And this management may be more not only aggressive, but a kind of specifically tuned to that type of asthma. You see.
Thank you, sir. Now, finally, I would request Mr. Dilip Singh Rathod to come here on the stage and throw light on the second chapter of Berok Zindagi. Here, we are going to do the TVC launch, and I am going to show you the digital film also, which we have prepared for patient awareness on asthma and inhalation therapy.
Our Berok Zindagi initiatives, and this is much bigger, much bolder, and much better. So, when we are talking about, and I go with the points what doctor has made, that majorly why we are doing this entire campaign. We are doing campaign to build a social acceptance towards inhalation therapy and eliminate the entire stigma part of this entire therapy. And still what doctor is saying, that people are not accepting this as a part of treatment, and still people are having so many stigmas around it. So when we are talking about this year entire campaign, we are talking about three major aspects of this campaign. Inhaler hai sahi, that is the major thing which we want to communicate, because this is the message which we want to communicate for asthma. Inhaler hai sahi. The overall, what are the core message of this entire campaign is awareness on asthma, number one. Second is educate the appropriate line of treatments, and third, inspire patient to live a barrier-free life. I think this is the major thing. If we can really change the patient's life, it can really make the impact for what we are doing. It will be a 360-degree approach when we are talking about this entire campaign. First part is the awareness part. And why it is so important, because almost 94 million people are suffering from asthma, but still people are not reaching to doctors. It means they are knowing that they are suffering, but they are not reaching to the doctors. And this is the major core of our this campaign, is that awareness part. If we can really increase the awareness, more and more number of people will be getting the treatment. Second is educate. If people or patients are reaching to the doctors, how we can educate them better, what kind of things we can really communicate in the ecosystem where people can get the message that inhaler hai sahi. And third part is that how we can inspire these people to take the inhalation therapy. If doctor has done the right treatment, whether patients is going to accept this therapy or not. So this is the third core message which we want to communicate, is
सारी
to
दुनिया में
inspire
ही
these.
होती है, हो रही है. परमानेंट किसी के क्योर करना किसी के बस में नहीं है एज सच, क्योंकि कोई जो दवाइयाँ हैं, जो बीमारी ऐसी है, ये पार्टली तो जेनेटिक ही है, इसका ओरिजिन जो अस्थमा का होता है, और पार्टली एनवायरमेंटल कि जो कैसा एनवायरनमेंट है, क्लाइमेट क्या है. तो दोनों चीज़ों पे कंट्रोल नहीं है आपका. ठीक है, ना तो आप जेनेटिक्स को कंट्रोल कर सकते हो, अभी तक तो नहीं कम से कम पॉसिबल है, ना ही टोटली एनवायरनमेंट को कंट्रोल कर सकते हो, थोड़ा बहुत मॉडिफाई किया जा सकता है. तो इसलिए जो दोनों की रिएक्शन से जो प्रॉब्लम होती है लंग्स में, इन्फ्लेमेशन है, उसको कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं दवाइयों से. तो लेकिन परमानेंट नहीं, वो भी तो कंटिन्यूस चलनी पड़ती है वो दवाई.
यूजुअली उन चीज़ों का क्योर होता है जिनके एक या दो कारण हो. दिस इज़ अ मल्टी फैक्टोरियल डिजीज़. जैसे सर ने कहा, एक जेनेटिक प्रीडिस्पोजिशन है, उसके ऊपर कुछ इंड्यूसिंग एजेंट्स एक्ट करेंगे, जो पोल्यूशन हो सकता है, स्मोक हो सकता है, वायरल इन्फेक्शंस हो सकते हैं, मल्टीपल फैक्टर्स हो सकते हैं. उसके ऊपर कुछ ट्रिगरिंग फैक्टर्स एक्ट करेंगे, जो सीजन चेंज हो सकता है. तो ये सब कुछ आपस में मिल के अस्थमा में रिजल्ट करते हैं. सिंस द कॉजेज आर सो मेनी, क्योर इज़ डिफ़िकल्ट. But control is there.
There are many celebrities who died while doing gymming also. They were going through asthmatic attack, took their lives. It's been past incidences. So मैं gymming वालों के लिए आपकी तरफ से advice चाहता हूँ. You've been experts. So what can they do actually to control it, and how to save their lives? Gymming is very normal regime these days.
देखिए वही शुरू में जैसे बात करते तो जो फैटल एस्थमा है, सडन अटैक्स और सडन डेथ इज़ कॉमन, एंड यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड कि ऑलमोस्ट 20% ऑफ देम, 16 to 20% ऑफ देम हैव माइल्ड एस्थमा अदरवाइज रूटीनली. ठीक है, तो सडनली डेथ अकर्स. यू सी, इसीलिए उसको प्रिवेंट करना बड़ा ज़रूरी है, कंट्रोल करना. तो इसीलिए हम कहते हैं कि चाहे माइल्ड डिजीज़ भी है आपको, तो उसका कंट्रोल मेंटेन रखिए, क्योंकि यू नेवर नो कि कब सीरियस अटैक हो जाए. अच्छे बड़े होते हैं कि जी कोई जैसे जिम की आपने एग्जांपल दी है, तो जिम कर रहे थे सडनली इतना स्वीयर अटैक होता है कि चेस्ट घुट जाती है। कई बार आपने पिक्चरों में भी देखा होगा किसी शो में कि आराम से ठीक ठाक चल रहे थे तो सडनली अटैक होता है अस्थमा का, और वो फैटल भी हो सकता है, लेकिन इसीलिए कंट्रोल करना बड़ा ज़रूरी है। नहीं, जिम की कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं करते हम, किसी भी एक्टिविटी की रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं करना चाहते। नॉर्मल लाइफ स्टाइल जो रखना चाहिए, एक्सरसाइज ज़रूर करनी चाहिए, पर आप अस्थमा को कंट्रोल रखिए। अगर आपका अस्थमा कंट्रोल है, फिर जिम की है, चाहे कोई भी रनिंग है, चाहे आपने देखा बड़े बड़े ओलंपिक प्लेयर्स हैं जो कि माउंट एवरेस्ट क्लाइंबर्स हैं जो कि एस्थमेटिक्स हैं और इनहेलर्स यूज़ करते हैं, अपना ट्रीटमेंट कंट्रोल रखते हैं। They can take. Yes. Is there any precaution before or after this kind of? नहीं, रूटीन अगर आपका प्रॉपरली कंट्रोल है तो ऐसे कोई प्रिकॉशन नहीं है। जिसका पूरली कंट्रोल है उनके लिए होता है कि वो केयरफुल होना पड़ता है ज़्यादा, पर अदरवाइज अपनी रूटीन डोज रखिए, दैट इज़ द ओनली थिंग आई थिंक। कंट्रोल रखिए, मेन तो इम्पोर्टेंट यही चीज़ है।
So which age of kids can take this? And it's very safe.
There is no age bar for children, because symptoms similar to asthma, in which the airways are restricted, can occur with any viral infection also in young children. The treatment would remain similar to that for asthma. We do not label it as asthma in very young children, but the treatment is still similar.
Have you seen any patient who's been cured properly? I mean, 100% or success ratio something?
In children, for that matter, it is not the therapy which will cure, but many children outgrow this problem. Probably it is related to smaller size of their airways, and as they grow in size, they get cured. But otherwise, as such, therapy will cure, we never claim.